Here we go, I think it's working now. Let me just refresh the iPad. Yeah, I think we're on now. So if you are watching this back, this is going to be a live stream, so click the live chat button. I've probably been at it, to be honest, about 20 minutes now trying to connect you. God only knows what was happening. So I'm just setting up the iPad now so I can see chat. So just bear with me a minute, just while I set the camera up. I can only really do this once it's all connected. I've got another MysticArtMirrors. I've got the envelope out for a reference for the cat tonight. I'm going to start off with my, is it Deco Art? What's it called? Prima watercolours. I've got two different sets here. I've got the Decadent Pies and the Pastel Dreams, which I'm wanting her to be more or less pink. I don't know if I'm going to go for a natural skin tone on this one, but we shall see. You'll have to excuse my horrible nails. I've too coated my acrylics off. I'm giving me natural nails a little bit of a breather, so there's nothing on them. I'm just going to put some hardener on them later. Well, they're terrible, terrible. That's what acrylic nails does to you. Natural nails. So I'm going to wait a few minutes before starting and seeing who else pops up. I have no idea what was going on with this tonight. I'm pretty sure the last time I came on, or there was a time before, I was having really bad troubles connecting. So we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to get everything set up on my palette, mixing palettes, everything. The only idea I'm going for is I want her to be pink. And I'm going to use this reference from the envelope for the cat. Possibly similar colour background as well. But we'll see. Right, the pinks that I want. I'm going to do the skin tone first and then add pink separately, I think. It'll be a lot easier to stream when you can actually stream through YouTube. So I'm looking forward to starting to do that. More than halfway there. Hi Kirsta. It's took me probably about 20-25 minutes to connect tonight. I do not know what's going on. It's connecting and then saying I'm connected, but I can't see it pop up and I couldn't see chat. So I nearly gave up. But I'm here. I'm working in MysticArtMirrors yet again. Surprise, surprise. Hi Steph. Have you worked in that boot yet? Like I said, I nearly give up. So I've just downloaded the first. I didn't realise that there was another colouring book. I think in English it translates to Daughters of the Sea. And I was just under the impression because of the cover it was just like a different version of the Mermaids one. Well, it's not, it's a completely different book. I think there is 10 images that are the same, I believe. I still justified it, downloading it and buying it. But this is one of the pictures anyway, the new ones. I will do a little bit of a flip through if anybody wants to see. It's just behind me, all the printouts. I'm just getting the colour ready. It's infuriating when you know you're in the mood to sit down and stream and you can't get it working. Oh, don't be scared, Steph. Is there any way that you could, there's an app that I use, I can't remember what it's called, but I literally just looked on the App Store for a scanner. So you take the picture of, obviously the colouring picture that you want to keep, then even if you've not got a printer, you could take it to a library. You know, pictures that you don't want to accidentally destroy. What 2 have you got on the go, Kirsta? I'm going to start this one tonight, and then I've got that Hannah Carlson one. The seahorse one that I started again this morning. I didn't want to come on and do that just in case, you know, it might be a bit boring me coming out on halfway through doing it. Right, so I'm going to clean my brush. I'm just going to get this colour right, and then I'll do a flip through. And I'll show you the Daughters of the Sea one. It's really nice. Right, so I'm coming in with a bit of pink now. Oh, they should keep you busy then. I've had to write down all the different requests I've been having for colour alongs because I'm going to end up getting mixed up. So once I've finished the Hannah Carlson one, I'm going to make a start on them. So it's definitely looking a bit peachy, this. Oh, if I didn't tell you as well, I've even kept the box to show you. Let me get it. These paints. Hiya, Phantom Girl. This is the Pastel Dreams set. Am I in frame there? There you go. Yeah, this is the Pastel Dreams. I'm a bit confused, to be honest, why they've decided to put these two, actually these three, because that is not pastel. Let me move it over a little bit. Can you see them two dark browns? Why on earth are they in this palette when it's pastels? I know, I've been on and off today having a little look. Steph, do you do loads of whips? Do you have them like loads on the go? I can't cope with that. I have to eat, the most I'll have is 2. I can't have too many because I just stress out and then I end up forgetting about them. Right, so I think that's alright for now. Let me just move that out of the way. My water jar and this, and let me just get them printouts. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all this on screen, if I'm totally honest. I didn't want to do a proper filmed flip through because Kate's already done one from Kate's Colouring Haven. What I'll do, I will lift the camera up, that'll be better. I'll take you off the stand and lift you up slightly. I'm going to have to stand up here. Right. That's probably the best I'm going to be able to get. But you'll get the idea of it. That's really nice one with the baby. If I remember, I think that's in the mermaid's book. Them two aren't. Not them. That one is. I've done that one in the other book. I've done that one as well. In the sparkle pens, I think it was. Some really gorgeous images. I think that one's in, but if it's not that one, it's one that's very, very similar. There's a lot of boobies in this boot though. That's a nice side one. That's super cool, like where she's coming out of the water. I got these off Etsy. When I finish the stream, I will put a link below. It's cheaper to get the PDF versions, you know, and print it out on your own paper. But like I said, I did see Kate's flip through with this, and I almost bought the actual book, but some of the images went completely into the spine of the book, and I mean, I don't know how you're going to colour them. You'll have to take it apart, I suppose. This is another one I really like. So I thought it's probably a better idea to save me a load of hassle, and it's cheaper to just buy the PDF. And you know, I can print it out as many times. This one I think is a favourite of loads. It looks like Ariel, doesn't it? Is it Flounder? I can't remember the name. And that's the last one. I'll get you back on now. I apologise, I couldn't do a proper flip through, but I'm working with what I've got. As soon as you click onto Streamlabs, it sort of just zooms in by itself. It's got a mind of its own. So this is the page I've picked out. If you do buy the actual physical book of this image is a double page spread, and I believe it's probably around here that the crease of the book is, and there's, well, in my opinion, there'd be no way to actually get into the crease. So I'm just liking the fact that I've got it, you know, on one page. I'm gonna have to sort this camera back out now. Hiya Mia. I'll just catch up on chat in a second. Just let me just fix this camera. I've just been doing a little flip of this boot that I downloaded. Steph, don't be scared. You know, if you're like that, you'll never get any done. You'll never get any finished anywhere. Yeah, if you just type in on Etsy, MysticArtMirrors, all of her boots and all of her PDFs and everything are on there. But like I said, I will link it when it's... it probably won't be tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow morning, because it takes a good few hours to process. I'm doing live streams. Hi Kayla. Yeah, you've made it today. That's what I've just been explaining in the actual boot. This is a double page spread, isn't it? So I do prefer that it's on one page. I've kept out the envelope that I got with the physical book, and I'm going to take inspiration off that. The cat, the colours, everything really. So we'll keep it out. How long was she nap for? Isabel still sleeps in the afternoon for nearly 2 hours. That's where I am lucky. Right, so I'm going to go with, this is not waterpaper. The reason that I've not printed it on waterpaper is because I want to use pencils and other mediums over the top. If I use that waterpaper, there's no way that I can use pencil. If you saw the colour along that I did using watercolour paper, it was horrendous with the pencils. So we're not doing that today. Just going in with normal, I think it's 130 or 140 GSM paper, if I'm remembering rightly. Don't quote me though. I don't even know if they do single pages, Kayla. I know they do, she does sets. She does sets of 4 or 5, but I don't know if this image is in it, unfortunately. So you would have to pay for the whole PDF again. Right, so I'm going to make a start now. Let me just test out this colour. That's fine. I wanted it a peachy pink colour. Is that zoomed in enough for you? I hope it is, because I didn't want to have to keep moving it. I'll start out. I've not messed around with the lamp as well yet. Let me just finish this here so it don't go streaky. Let me just move the lamp to try and stop this shadow happening. I don't know if that's... yeah, that's better. So she is going to look quite peachy at first, but that's not how she's going to stay. So I'm not going to look up to chat just for a second because I need to be quick. I do not want streaks on the face. Especially with this not being watercolour paper. I'm going to have to work super quick. I'm going to go over the lips, like I always do. See, it started streaking there very slightly. Let me turn you so that you're the right way around. I'm going to dip back into the colour. I'm going to work at the hands and work back. So that's behind the bubble. I'm going to go in and do that bit as well. I'm hoping to get a majority of this done on the stream tonight, but I might just have to finish it off in my own time, but you will see it at the end of the month. It's at the end of the month, we're nearly there, aren't we? I need to work out when I'm going to do that video. How is everyone? Right, I'm even going to go over this dress and then go over the top once it's dry with more of a pinky shade, I think. See, it's better that you've got it, like there's areas that are separated, it's just not one big area. You're less likely to get streaks with this paint then. Hey, I'll tell you what though, Kirsty, you deal with it really well. I'd have a face like thunder. I take it Casper's not in bed. Isabel's in bed, but she's not asleep yet. I can hear her babbling away to herself. Just trying to be a bit quicker. Yeah, I find that really stupid with that palette. It's meant to be pastels, and then you get them two browns. One of the browns isn't too bad. I can see me using that a little bit, like for her, but the other one, it's just a horrible brown colour. I don't know what they were thinking. Bring this up. Sorry? Yeah, 1 second. I can't have it too much tilted. It's just because of the shadow. Is that alright? It's just because it's casting shadows, you see, Luke.
Yeah, well, you can tilt it more than that, but that will be right in my eyes.
That should be alright. I did do a practice again the other day with these paints, and it did not turn out right at all. So I'm hoping it looks a bit better tonight. It was an image from Succombs, I think it's called. I've had that PDF for a long time now, actually. I think that was one of the first ones that I paid for. Did you see my other Mystic Art Mirrors? Do you like the fact that I covered up a booby with collage? I thought it was a good idea. Oh, I'm glad, Ruby. I've just got the pastel one. I do really like them, but for some strange reason they've got some really dark browns in them. 2 dark browns, which I'm not overly pleased about, but you can't have everything. You see them 2 browns at the top there? Why would you even put them in there? I would have put like a medium purple in. A medium purple and a medium orange. Which one have you bought? And did you buy it off Amazon? Right, let me just move you up very slightly. Do you want to say hello, Dana? Is that why you stood there?
See how many people there is.
Yeah, the fun watercolours, it just takes a lot of getting used to. Stop it from streaking. What's the best paper to use it? the ink even for your printer. You've got to be careful with that. I mean, I can see here some of the ink is starting to go, but that might be the paper, not the ink. So I'm just going to have to be a bit more careful. Yeah, I saw that one, but I didn't feel the need to get that one purely because I've got one that's very, very similar. You'll have to let me know how it is. I haven't actually seen any reviews or anything on that one. Right, the wings. They are wings them, aren't they? We're just going to go in with the exact same colour. They're part of the body, aren't they? I saw that she's come out with the, gosh, what's it called? I think it's the ocean set and the planet set. I did, funnily enough, actually email her at the start of the week because I wanted to get the ocean set, but I wanted to change one of the colours to a teal colour. And she's not emailed me back yet. They can, Steph, but I wouldn't use loads. What I mean by that is I wouldn't drench the paper with a lot of water. I'd just, you know, like what I'm doing now, just be careful how much water that you're putting down. Like I'm dipping into the paint, but then I'm sort of tapping it on a piece of tissue to take off the excess. Otherwise the paper will buckle. It probably will buckle in that boot anyway. If that doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me. And let the layers dry in between. So if you're like, I'm gonna have to let this completely dry before I go in with any shading or any other sort of pink. Whereas if I was using watercolour paper, you can just sort of chuck all sorts at it. But you can't use pencil, so it swings and roundabouts. The only thing I'd say with any sort of metallics is just make sure that you dampen the paints and just let them sit there for a couple of seconds before you use them. I'm just cleaning my brush off here so there's no paint on whatsoever. I'm just gonna see if I can blend these edges here. I don't even know if the camera, yeah, the camera's picking up. You see that line there? I don't like that. This is what I mean about you have to be quick. I mean, if you go in for the like harsh contour, then that'd work. But I'm trying to make it as smooth as I can. So I'm going in with clean water again. One of you two absolutely stinks. Dog sitting behind me. My black one's looking very guilty. I did want to do some sort of collaging tonight, but I could not find an image that I was happy with. I mean, there's no point in me doing collaging with an image like this because there's barely any room. So I need to have a think about that. I want to start doing that more. I wouldn't even know where to start with the paper, to be honest. Is it like tissue paper that you use? The one that I used the other day was a printed one, printed out. Right, I'm going to add a little bit more pink to that paint now. So I'm going to keep a little bit of this colour, just transfer a little bit just in case I need it later. You know, in case I miss a bit, because I always do. Clean off my brush, and I'm going to go in with that darker pink, Darken it up a bit. My nails horrible. I've took the acrylics off. I'm going to give them a rest for a couple of weeks. I've not put anything on, well, apart from I'm going to get some nail hardener tomorrow, I think. I'm going to buff them out because there's still a tiny little bit of acrylic, and I've split a nail as well, great. Put some nail hardener on. Oh, what's that, Mia? A waiting list as well. Jesus, they must be popular. I bet there's a waiting list for the waiting list then. It's not for metallic paints by any chance, is it? I am going to water that down a little bit because I'm a bit worried about it covering up the black line art. What is it, Mia? I'm curious now. What is it and how much? And where's it from? Like, whereabouts in the world is it from? What are you doing, Kirsty? You've gone quiet. I'm just checking if it's still wet, and it is a little bit. Oh, I've not heard anything like that. I imagine that they're going to be very good then. Well then, how much? I'm going to put the pink at the top and I'm going to drag the colour down. I think I'm going to do the same with the tail, possibly. There's no plan with this tonight. I just got the paints out. This is the picture that I chose. Hi, Casper. He probably won't recognise my voice. He recognises me though now, don't he? Right, let me just clean it off. This might not be the best one. Right, so this is, I've got that one that I was using, is a Pentel one. I mean, I've got all sorts of different brands here, to be honest. I don't like water brushes though for fine detail, so I would recommend, this is only a cheapy set as well that I got, the fine brushes. With the water brushes, you can see the barrel here full of water. So basically that is, I know people don't like this word, so I apologise, moist. It's always moist all the time. So if I, let's say, dip into the paint, I'm not having to dip into the water, it works straight away. So the idea is you could take this out the house and use it on the go. This specific pen has got a push button, with this one it hasn't. So with this one you just squeeze the top. So this, I mean, again, these aren't fancy brushes. You just squeeze the top, and as you can see, drops of water will come out. So let's say if you was out and about, you could squeeze that onto the paint, mix your own colour, so you don't have to have a separate pot of paint. That's the idea behind it. The only thing that I'd be careful with water brushes, and I've learnt this by, let me just find one. Is it that one? Yep. And you see this one. So when I've been mixing the colour and I've pressed the button to get the water out, it sucks up at the same time. It's hard to explain, but it pushes the water out and it sucks some water up at the same time. So as you can see here, it's actually sucked up some of the paint. So that's sort of like in the brush, and I have no idea how to get that out. But I've not used this brush in quite a few weeks, and as you can see, it's still moist. So that's the idea anyway. It just makes it a little bit easier for yourself, so you don't have to keep dipping into water constantly. That's the idea anyway. I'll have a look when the stream is finished, Mia. I'll have a little nosy. It's usually on Etsy. You click like the shop and it'll say whereabouts the shop is. You know location? That's one of the first things that I look at when I'm ordering boots, because it depends on the wait time then. So I'm just going in with a clean water brush here and just blending the two colours together. I'm not adding any more colour. Like so. Thanks, Mia. Yeah, both brands of brushes are good. The other one that I've got as well, I've only got a single one, but this is quite good. I think it's called a Zig Kuretake water brush, and it's a very, very, very fine detailed one. But like I said, I don't like using smaller ones for fine detail because you get too much water on the page. Let's say if I'm trying to do, I don't know, these tiny, tiny, tiny bubbles at the top. If I use water brush, it sort of just goes out the lines. It's not as good. The blues and the purples on that watercolour set, they are gorgeous. They're really, really nice. But to be honest, my favourites, the teal ones and that icy sky. But why have they put brown in? Why have they done that? That's a waste of two colours, that, in the palette. It's stupid. I'll have a little look when I've finished them, Mia, thank you. Talking about browns, I might use one of them as a watered down one. Oh, just so everybody's aware as well, I didn't know this, but in the Decadent Pies palette, the pistachio cream colour, this one here, is actually metallic. And I only learnt that because I thought it was a skin colour, and I put it all over a girl, and she looks like a disco ball now. Hi Debbie, I saw your video today of you finishing, oh what was it, the Mariola Boudet, the dragon one. It looked lovely. And your little clip on Facebook as well, I saw that. It turned out lovely. Right, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the pink as well here. Just bear with me, I know it'll look a bit weird at first. I swear to God, every time I switch on this bloody camera, if I start streaming, my nose goes. You know, try and use it, oh I won't even bloody friend then. Try and use it as a bit of contouring, like the shadow colour being in pink. Just something different. Where's the swatches? They're very similar. Let me just move this. They are very, very similar. This is what I mean. What was the point? It's a waste of two colours. Right. Under the babies. Someone actually said to me on Facebook, why did I cover the boobs up? It's 2020. I said, well, some people don't like seeing them, do they? Especially when I'm putting it online. So far, I've not got any bobbling either. I'm just going to blend this colour out here. She needs a little bit under the arm. No, Debbie, it is the translated into English. I think it's Daughters of the Sea. It's her very first colouring book. I was enabled because I watched Kate's Colouring Havens flip through yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? I can't even remember. Yeah, so she enabled me. I downloaded it and I printed it, and I was naughty and I shouldn't have done, but I did. But this page here is actually a double page spread in the actual physical book. I think it cuts off to a bit here. So I'm glad that I bought the PDF now with this image being in it. So how many have I got now? 1, 2. I've got 2 physical copies of her boots and then I think 2 PDFs. I'm really loving it at work. I'm sort of thinking actually I'm going to take all the Hannah Lynn's out of my daughter's room and switch them up with all of these. I mean, that'll be a job and a half in itself, but I think it'll look nice. All mermaids and stuff, and princesses. Again, I'm just dipping it into clean water here. Just dry the colour down. I might have to add a little bit more at the top once that's dry. Right. They are really, really similar. That's why I was looking at the pictures and I'm thinking, there's some of them in that book that I've already got, and I think there's 10 images that she's used twice, the artist. But like I said, there was so many pictures in that book that I'd not seen before, and they're gorgeous. If you just YouTube, I think it's Daughters of the Sea, MysticArtMirrors, Debbie, and it will come up. But don't blame me for being an enabler. You can't blame me. I'm not going to darken this bit up here in the bubble. Just keep it to the outside. Let me just, I've got to say I was going to show you, but I don't know where it is actually. One that I did was just with watercolour. Now that it's dry, let me try and find it. I don't know if I showed it on that other stream. The one with the rabbit. Yeah, this one. So this one was on watercolour paper. And that is literally, let me just go to the top. So we've got the Prima watercolours and the Paul Rubens. And I've not gone on with any shading. You know, no glitter pens, no glossy accents. Absolutely nothing else apart from watercolour. And that paper is brilliant that I got. But it's just crappy with the pencil, unfortunately. So that was my idea, trying to do this, the majority of it in watercolour, then we'll go in with the glitter and, you know, etc, etc. Oh, one of you two stink. Can you let the dogs out, please? Can you let the dogs out, please? Danny's sat with his headphones in watching something on TV. One of them stinks. You know why they're locked up? Because in season. Oh, I'll do it. Right, the cat. I'm gonna go in with pumpkin, I think. Let me just swatch a bit out just to test. I don't want this. No, that's fine. The whole reason for me getting these palettes was I didn't want to have to mix like light shades constantly, because if you use watercolours before, they are quite difficult to get in a lighter shade. I was actually using white acrylic at one point, so that was the main reason. And then I wanted this because it's similar to the skin set, because the skin set was taking forever to come. I'm just adding more water in there. I've literally, it's just that colour, I'm not changing it. I've just added quite a lot of water into that. Yeah, they do take a while. Coming from Blackpool, they do, I think it probably took nearly 2 weeks to actually get to me. And I'm really not that far. Let me lift the iPad up. It's I think I ordered it on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I'd nipped to Blackpool that weekend. That's because I took Isabel. I was thinking, do you think I can just message her and say, can I pick them up please? Because she's not dispatched them, but I didn't. I just waited. But yeah, it was like 2 weeks. Like I said, I've emailed her as well, and she's not got back to me. But obviously I understand she's busy. Phantom Girl, I give Rolo a bath yesterday. That's the me bigger black one. She keeps pumping, that's what it is. That's what smells. I just didn't want to say. Yeah, they do. They come with, I think mine came with a Haribo and it came with a PG Tips tea bag. Which, you know what, I've not even used it because I don't want to use it because it's sort of, it comes with the set. It's still in my art drawer. I'm just going to go over the whole of this cat with this one colour, sort of based it. Like so. And then we can go in later to add a little bit of shading. Yeah, they are very expensive, Deborah. I think the Ocean or the Planet set, I emailed about the Ocean set, that was £35 for 6 colours. And I think it's because they're glitter ones or whatever. I'm not quite sure. Holographic glitters, I think. Yeah, Mia, it's probably them that you're talking about. It was the Ocean set. But the other company that I bought from before, the GD Colour, she's releasing a new range of glitter ones on... It's tomorrow, I believe, actually. It's tomorrow. I've set a reminder on Instagram. But she's already actually put a sneak peek preview of the colours. So if you are interested in any glitter paints or anything like that, have a look at our Instagram. Because they're all on there. Let's get this cat shaded in. Right, where's my little envelope so I can just have a look? Yeah, so I've got the base colour right. You see that there? I'll just fold it over a bit. So the base colour's right, so it should be alright. We're going over with pencil that. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to look identical to that, because it's not. Oh, you got both of them, Mia. Look at you. I was just after the Ocean one. It's not been too bad today, Ruby. It's not been too bad. The start of the week and last weekend was very, very, very cold. For instance, I took my daughter to the park and I probably think we managed about 15 minutes and that was it, back in the car. It was just, you know, hurt your fingers cold sort of thing. But it's not been too bad today. Touch wood. Touch wood. It's not been too bad today. Right, for a hair, I'm thinking of purple. Well, I want a blue background. I'm going to go for teal hair. You finally got rid of the snow. I wish we would have snow. We never do. It's just rain. Rain and really windy. And I get really anxious with wind. You know, give me thunder and lightning. I just can't stand wind. It terrifies me. So I'm just going to do the same thing again. This one's called Paradise. As you can see, it's just easier. It's easier instead of sitting there constantly adding white. The paints are just redder. But I'll mention it again. Why they put 2 browns in, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of snow, but it's sort of, it's nice to see at least once a year, and the kids to, you know, play in it. Don't get me wrong, I don't like walking in snow at all. I have got a heat gun, but I don't think I'll be able to plug it in with it where the extension is, so I might just literally have to let this dry before I go in with the pencil. I am adding quite a bit of water here. And for the background, because I've not used them in ages, I'm going to go in with a neon colour I got yesterday. I'm naughty, I should be using it. The Caran d'Ache palette. It's meant to be really good for the neo colours because it's got quite a rough texture on one side. So I wanted to try that out. So you can use acrylic and watercolour on one side and then the neo colour to use. It says anyway, I'll keep this packaging so I remember. So I'm going to try that once I've done this bit. Oh, Phantom Girl, I couldn't agree with you more. I can't remember though, the last time that we had snow on Christmas Day. Very, very long time ago, I think. It's always like February time that we get it. So there's still chance yet. I don't blame you either. Oh, was it? You know what? I think I saw the pictures, Kirsty. Because you know what I'm like? I like having a look at people's pictures. And I think I remember seeing them actually. He'd love it this year, wouldn't he? We'd probably walking round and understanding a bit more. I'd love to be able to take Isabel out in it. I don't know what she'd be like. I don't know if she'd like it or not, but we'll see. We've got, well yeah, I had good news. I'm going to have to change the appointment though. We've got an appointment for the pre-Botox. So it's where sort of they show us the stretches and the physio that they want us to do with Isabel straight after she has the Botox. So it's sort of like, it's a bit more real now. Everything's happening all at once. Start feeling nervous soon. Casper is her son. She's got 4 little girls. Well, they're not little anymore, not half of her mother. And she's got a little boy called Casper. I think this teal colour is really, really, really bonny. Yeah, she's still not took me up on that offer, Mia. She's still not mentioned it to me. The offer's still there. Anybody? Take them for a week. You'll be chucking them back. I'm only joking, they're not that bad. They're just annoying. You can hear one of them. Which one is it? It's Rollo. The both of them are in season at the moment, so they're terribly annoying, both of them. Yeah, I love them to bits, but sometimes you know you just need a break. It's like children, isn't it? Was you not out there then, Kirsty, doing snow angels with kids? Or Rob? I know I wouldn't have been. I'm alright for 10-15 minutes out in the snow, but then it gets too much, doesn't it? It gets too cold. Kids don't feel it like we do. That day that I said that we was out at the park, and like I said, we weren't out very long. There were kids there riding the bikes with no gloves on. I'm thinking, can you not feel that? Oh, we've had a bit of a development as well. My 13-year-old son has started listening to music. So it's time, like, with the headphones, you know, constant headphones in. We went to food shopping last night. He had the headphones on in the car, and you're talking to him, not realising he's got the headphones in. So this is where the fun begins, I think. I was asking him, I said, oh, what sort of music's that? Dunno. Where did you hear that then? To know that you liked it? Can't remember. Right, okay, whatever, Lewis. Yeah, I quite like that. Let me try. I'm going to add a little bit of this darker blue. I don't know if it's going to be too light though, obviously with it being a pastel palette. Let's just see. And just see if I can add shading. That should be alright, I think. Right. Well, if anybody wants to borrow a 13-year-old or 2 dogs, or, you know, you're more than welcome. I'm just going to pop a little bit of this and then blend it in, like I did with the skin. Oh, Phantom Girl, that's lovely that you've got a name picked out. That's really lovely. Hi, Kelly. It was strange the way that we ended up picking Isabel's name, because it's I said to my husband, he can pick her name. There's no girls in the family on his side for, gosh, 30 years, 40 years, I think. She was like the first girl. It would always be, it was always boys. Anyway, I said to him, you can pick the name. And then when I was, I think 5 months pregnant, I had the most vivid dream that I saw a little girl with blonde curly hair and really bright blue eyes. And her name was Isabel. And then it sort of just stuck. So technically I did pick the name, but it wasn't my fault. She picked her own name. I'm definitely going to have to darken this up slightly with a bit more pencil. I'm just a bit nervous with how much water I'm putting down here. I am trying to keep an eye on chart, but with it being watercolour, I have to sort of work a little bit faster. Otherwise, you know, you get streaks. Let's bring that colour up. Let's wipe off the brush. Oh, do you know what I've not used in ages? Them pearl 3D things that I've got. I could use them on the pearls. I think that would look nice. But if I put this back in my beak, it might squish them. So I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping to stream on Tuesday. But long story short, we was meant to be nipping going in there and doing the shopping, like doing the weekly, monthly shopping. And my husband only got home from work. Gosh, it was as we were sorting Isabel out, so it must have been about 7 o'clock. So we couldn't have gone out doing it then. There'd been an accident on the motorway, couldn't get home, etc, etc. So that was Tuesday out the window. So we ended up doing it yesterday, so that was yesterday gone. So that's the reason that I'm doing it today. I am going to aim to do it, to live stream on a Tuesday. As long as nothing crops up. It'll be earlier than this though. Fingers crossed. It'll be probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Then I can stream for a little bit longer. But you know, life happens sometimes, doesn't it? My back is bloody killing me. Let me just try and catch up on chat. I know some of you ain't talking to me, but let me have a nosy and see what you're talking about. Thank you, Deborah. I've said it in a couple of videos, I am determined to get better at watercolour. It's one thing that I really want to get better at. Phantom, yeah. That is a very unique name. We nearly chose Shelby until it was the receptionist at the doctor's name, and then it was a no. Oh, Kelly, you need to get a cat or a dog then. Yeah, I know Kate streams on a Wednesday and a Saturday. Either a Wednesday or a Friday, or Wednesday or Saturday. Mia, do you know what day that is? So that's why I'm aiming to do it on a Tuesday. Tuesday's probably my best day. I'm trying my best to make it more a regular thing. Like I said, life happens sometimes, doesn't it? You can't always plan everything. Let me just add a little bit more here. The bubbles. I think I'm going to go in with that pink colour. I'm really enjoying lately a really limited colour palette, just sticking to the same colours. I really am. Oh, I finished that picture at a Serene as well. It took me, was it 2.5 nights? That feels like a lifetime for me, considering it takes me sometimes a couple of hours to do a picture. But yeah, she's done. You got two Chihuahuas, a Doberman and a 20-pound cat. I like Dobermans. I wouldn't have a big dog though. Not with the size of my house. I wouldn't be able to have a big dog. I've got two Chihuahuas. Well, I found this boot, Debbie, on Amazon, and it's really expensive, and I can't justify spending. It was nearly £30, and it was a boot full of Prismacolor combinations. I can't remember the artist. She's got a group on Facebook that I'm in, and I think that's so expensive for basically. It's like that Arty app. I've been using that. Like where you'll take a picture, like I'll take a picture of this and add it to the Arty app, and it'll tell me what colours in Prismacolor or Luminance or Polychromos, what to use. So I've been using that actually. Yes, that's the one. Teresa. So I've been looking at her boots, but they're like £30, £29 something. And I think that's so expensive. And I think she does the PDFs a little bit cheaper, but you know, it's going to cost you an ink, isn't it? Printing them out and on paper, etc, etc. Right, I'm going to do the bubbles now. I am going to stick with the pink. I feel like that's all I've done today. Bubbles. Since working on that Hannah Carlson one. I'm just being quiet because I just want to get these done quickly so they're not streaky on there. Hey, it's only recently that I've noticed people using different things in the books. When I first started colouring, what was back in May, when I first started watching YouTube, I just tended to see people just using pencils. But people are using acrylic now, watercolour, all sorts, which is good to see. Right, is that meant to be a bubble here? Because that looks like it's been cut off. Right, well it is going to be a bubble. Draw my own circle. Yeah, the combo sheets, but you know what? I'm too lazy to sit there and colour them out. That's how lazy I am when it comes to it. I just wanna, I wanna have the colours there already done. but I can't justify that price. My husband would go crazy. When basically you could use that Arty app. It's just, I suppose it's nice to have all the colours in front of you, isn't it? You know, picking them out that way. Hiya, Olga. Well, exactly, don't get me wrong, that Serene picture, I think I spent a good hour and a half just on a little face that was smaller than this one. And I don't mind doing that every now and again, but, you know, I just get a bit bored with pencils. I just want the picture done, and then I can add all the glitter and all the pretty bits and, you know, move on to something else. But don't get me wrong, props to the people that can sit there for 5-6 hours on one little bit of the image. I just can't do that, that's not me. Oh, don't be afraid, Kelly. Don't be afraid. You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? Yeah, but the thing is, Laura, yours turns out absolutely stunning. There's no way that I could spend 5 hours on something. It wouldn't turn out like that. It wouldn't look like that. It wouldn't look half as good as that, you know, so... Right, these are going to go pink as well, and I'm going to go over the top with them pearly liquid, the Dove things, whatever they're called. Yeah, so props to people that can do that. But I suppose, I mean, Kirsty, you wouldn't have seen, but ever noticed my hands in the morning? I've usually got paint up here. I do wash my hands. I do wash my hands, but sometimes if I'm working with acrylic or glue or whatever for the night before, I've always got messy hands. That's just the way that I like to play with my art. And other times I'll sit at the couch and watch TV and just use pencils. I suppose it just depends what mood I'm in. Thank you, Laura. Laura is a very, very, very talented artist. If some of you don't know, she has got her own colouring book. And she's got pages on Etsy. That's another page that I will link tomorrow. I won't be able to do it now. I don't know why, but when you stream it takes hours and hours and hours for the video to process. So it's alright me saying that. I will write it down. I'll write it down so I don't forget, actually. I need to post links. Because I know what I'm like in the morning as well. As soon as that alarm clock goes off, oh no, not morning again. Laura, while I've got you on here now, actually, before I started colouring, I used to draw years and years ago, and I did a drawing of Isabel. Let me just go and get it. It's on the fridge. I want to show you. That drawing is still on the fridge, isn't it? Can you do that for me, please? I'll get the picture. I haven't got a picture of Isabel. But I can show you the picture that I've drawn. This is what I want to show you. It does look a little bit like her, to be fair. But I'd not drawn in years and years and years, and I was super proud of that. And it's on the fridge. And her eyes are quite blue actually. I mean, they're a bit dark blue on there. I've not put her any eyelashes on barely. And she's got blonde hair, but she's got browny hair now. And curly. But yeah. I was proud of that one. I've not drawn anything since all like. I've just been colouring. Gail, would you like to, I can quickly flip through a couple of the other pages if you want a little nosy. Thank you. What? You guys don't mind if I flip through that book again, do you? Very quickly. I'm best to ask.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dana. And put your headphones back on. He's watching some TV programme about, I don't know, the world ending or something. I don't know. Right, I'll move this because it's still a bit wet. Are they in this one? No, they're not in this one. Silly me. They're in the one that's behind me. I will have to take you off the tripod again. Let's move these paints. I know if I was watching a stream and I like the look of certain boots, I mean, I'd like to look at all of them. Right, this is a different book. This is Beautiful Creatures, I believe this one's called. Let me just lift you up a bit higher. And move the lamp. So that's one that I've finished. I mean, this is probably the best view I'm going to get, unfortunately. But yeah, these are some, that's another one I finished. And another one. Right, so this book that I'm working on now, translated to English, it's Daughters of the Sea. This is where it starts. It's a downloadable PDF on Etsy, but you can get the physical copy of the book. But the only problem with the physical copy is it's double-sided, and I don't particularly like double-sided, and I don't like the fact that there's a crease in the book and it's quite hard to get into the centre. Well, I will quickly, very, very quickly just go through this. I'm all the wires there, I'm sorry. Very, 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 very quickly. If I was working with my other tripod, this wouldn't have been an issue. Yeah, there is a little bit of boobies in these books. As long as that doesn't bother you, that's fine. Really, really, really unique images. This, I nearly did this one tonight, the jellyfish one. I've not seen anything like this before. So I think that's going to be next. I'll start that one over the weekend. And there's one right at the end. This one. It looks like Ariel and Flounder. That's so cute. And that's the end. Yeah, so I hope that gives you a little bit of a rough idea. There is plenty of proper flip-throughs on YouTube at the moment of this book, if you are interested. Right, let's get back to this. Move the wire. Mia's already beat me to it. Huh. Thank you, Mia. Gail, it's a really lovely book. It is really lovely. But like I said, I would recommend getting it as a PDF. It is cheaper as well as a PDF. But obviously you have to buy your own paper then and use your own ink. Right, so let's get back to these circles. And I am going to go over, like I said, with them Dove 3D. Will you two stop it? Rollo in your bed. Bloody dogs. It's all fun. I'm really liking this colour though, this colour combination that I've got going on. And if anybody's wondering, it's the Prima watercolours that I'm using. I'm using the Pastel Dreams set and the Decadent Pies set. And they're really, really nice. I've got Winsor & Newton and I probably prefer these actually. Actually, almost certainly I prefer these. I'm going to go over these little diamonds as well here actually. Hey Kelly. Oh no, you're already in here. Everyone's saying hi to you. You new? What have you started with, Kelly? Or have you not started anything yet and you're just having a look? Right, and wipe the brush. And while I've got the paints out, I'm going to do the cat's eyes. I'm not even going to bother with the palette. I'm just going to go straight into Icy Sky. I love that colour. Oh, I've got a bit of pink on there. Don't do that. Now, let's see what this is like. Just a little bit of colour because I do want to go over the eyes with pencil. It's like a grey bluey colour this. What I might do with the bubble once I finish with the pencil, I could do an acrylic wash. That'll look good on the bubble. An acrylic wash and then add some rainbows, because bubbles have got like rainbows, haven't they, in them? And I'm going to do purple, I think. Very, 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 very light purple for the leaves in her hair. We need to catch up on chat. Oh, good choice, the Mariola Boudet. That's one of my favourite artists, actually. I was really, really, really daunted at first when I started colouring Mariola's work, but I think it helped me a lot with it being grayscale. It showed me where to put the shade in, etc, etc. Oh, I've spilled a bit of water on her face. No! Look at that. Look at that. I'll blend it out in a minute. Yeah, so that really helped me, the grayscale, actually. She's brought out the same book, I believe. It was Kirsty that told me. And she's brought it out on toned tan paper. What a genius idea. They look lovely. I mean, they're the same images, but it's still on, it's different paper. Let's get a bit more. I'll have to wipe the brush off. I put a bit too much on there. Being a bit heavy-handed. And I'm going to do the little fishy guy. Let me just move the paints right at the end, matching. So we've literally got purple, teal, the skin colour and pink. That's all the colours that we're using. I wanted blue for the background, but I'm not sure now. I could always use that grey blue. Maybe. Right, let me fix that skin. Trust me to do that right in the middle. No. Oh, that's not too bad. Right, let me just tie these paints up now and get some pencils out, I think. Wait, look how cute these are. Considering the size of the Winsor & Newton ones that I've got, they're so cute. Just easy to store as well. Right, the paint palette can go back. The water for now. paintbrushes. And the pencils I'm going to use, I'm going to use the Arteza. I'm going to use the Arteza. With the acrylic wash, yes Debbie, you add a lot of water. So if you are planning on doing a wash on, let's say create space paper, just be careful, put it that way. Just be very, very, very careful. But I've used wash before for like creating mists and fog and stuff. I actually got that tip off watching one of Dee Dee's streams. I've started to stalk her now. I love Dee Dee. I love listening to her. So if I'm sat here colouring for an hour in the morning while Isabel's at nursery, I've always got Dee Dee on. I'm always listening to her. I'm just going to have to leave that just for a second just to dry. I'll just catch up on chat. I'll listen to all you guys. Who are we talking about here? Who's released the new book? Yeah, Laura's right. If you do like your wet mediums, I would use watercolour paper. I actually finished one off a couple of days ago, and the difference with watercolour paper than this paper is unbelievable. It makes it so much easier, and the outcome is a lot better. Yeah, are you talking about the Tone 10 one, Mia? Somebody actually asked me on the last video what sort of printer did I use, because they were surprised that I could fit the watercolour paper in. So I suppose you've just got to test it. Who's she bringing another one out? I'm behind on this one. What is it? I'm really enjoying the Artezas coaster. I just need to use them a little bit more just to get a little bit more practice. The only thing is, I don't like the Helix sharpener with these for some reason. So I'm back to using, I can't remember the name of it though, M&R sharpener. So I'm back to using this in the for the Artezas. I can't help you there, Debbie. The one watercolour paper that I've got, it's useless with pencils. It's absolutely terrible because there's so much tooth in the paper. It did not work at all. So I can't help you there. This paper that I'm using now is only from the range. I can't remember what thickness it is, but it's quite thick. I mean, it's not watercolour paper, but it's took it quite well. Gail, that is right. That's what you do. Right. I wanted a pink. Or should we work on a kitty cat? Let's work on the kitty cat. So I'm gonna go in with raw sienna. You'll send me the link, Mia, for that book. Thank you. But I'm pretty sure, was it out now? I was only on Etsy, well, 5 minutes before I started streaming to download this, and I didn't see anything pop up. How new is it? By no means is this cat gonna look anything like this one. I'm just aiming for it to be similar. But if anybody's not tried these Arteza pencils, I do recommend them. They're really good. Although one of my greys, when I'm colouring with it, it's got like a streak of blue in it. I don't know if that's just, I don't know, it's been knocked or it's just a bad one, I don't know. But all the other colours have been fine, it's just the greys. Thank you, I'll have a look in a little bit. Debbie, you sound as confused as I was a few minutes ago. Mariola Budek, she's come up with a new one that I didn't even know about. I like my intense, but that is one medium that does make me nervous, with it being obviously ink. I don't use them as enough. I probably should do. They do make me a little bit nervous though. So what is it out now then? I'm going to be stalking Etsy now. Like I said, it was Kirsty that told me about the tan tone paper one. Because you saw it on Instagram, didn't you? I was watching as well yesterday afternoon, colouring chat with Sammy's, a whole collection. I think it was like 4 hours the stream, and she said something that really did get me thinking. It was because I've thought about it myself. I've looked at like my boot shelf and looked and thought, do I really need all these colouring books? And I've coloured at least one page. I know that sounds terrible, but nearly every single one of them. But she did say something. At the end of the day, it's your hobby, and you're a collector. And so they bring joy, and they're going to last for years and years and years. So whether you colour it right now, or whether you colour it in 6-7 years time, what does it matter? As long as you're getting some use out of it. Even if you're just sitting there flicking through the pages because you like the images. This is how I'm justifying it anyway. Does anybody else think like that? To do with all my supplies as well, I try my best to sift through the things that I've not used in a little bit. Oh, well, will you stop winding Evie up? It's getting annoying now. Because my husband was stood in front of the boot shelf. He didn't say anything to me. But I could see the look in his face as if it's, you're really going to colour all these books. No, Daniel. But to be fair, I do sit here and colour every single night without fail, unless we're going out for something to eat. You know, or going out. I do this every night. And I try to do it in the morning as well for at least half an hour to an hour. We just all need to admit then we're all hoarders, aren't we? We're all colouring book and supply hoarders. But to be fair, I've always been mad on art supplies ever since I was a kid. Right, where's all my browns? Right, hazelnut brown. Have you worked everything out now, Kirsty, on Instagram? Bloody hell, she's had to restock it already. Well, saying that, I thought they'd be popular. If I hadn't have got the first set of, I definitely, 1,000,000% would have got the tan tone paper. I can't justify buying that as well. Me and Kirsty were talking, and hopefully, Kirsty's other half will buy it for Valentine's Day. You need to tell him. Get Rob told that's what you want. Stop it. Right, get in your bed. Get in your bed. Stop winding her up. Thank you. Steph, you had the same problem. I think it's two. It's the stone grey and the dolphin grey. When I'm colouring with them, it's like a streak of blue. But apart from that, there's no other colours that I've had any problems with. It's really weird. The watercolour paper, let me get it out. I can't remember the name of it. This is the watercolour paper that it's a pad, so I'll just rip the pages out. So it's by MysticArtMirrors, so I just got it off Amazon. So it's cold pressed 300 GSM. And it is, can you see it on the camera there? If I go like that, it is really textured and super thick. But pencils do not work. Pencils and that paper are not friends. So just stick to paint. Don't blame me, Kelly. To be fair, I've done that with certain ones. The Carla Markova. I couldn't bloody read that word then, a last name. I think I've only done a handful of hers. That's terrible. I'm an enabler. Heavy. I want everyone to use watercolours. Why not? You know, if you're using them on Create Space paper, just be careful. Don't put loads and loads of water down. Watercolour, I'm not getting back up. Not yet. Not until I need to go to the toilet. Watercolour works really well on Jasmine Beckett Griffiths boots, and it works well. It works fabulous on the Pop Manga. The Pop Manga boots are really good for watercolour. What else? We've got the Hanakals on. They work really good. All the Kirby boots. Coloriage. I mean, you've got a wide range of boots there that work really well. I don't think I've touched my acrylic paints for, I don't even know how long, apart from doing washes with them. I've got 2 drawers full of acrylic paints that are just sort of sitting there, so I need to think of a project to do with them. I've got an old wooden box, like an old wine box that we got at Christmas. I might be able to paint that, like paint it in pink and put princesses and stuff on it for Isabel's room. But it's literally got Selfridges in the middle. I'll have to stick something over it. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of using that for at the moment. Oh, let me write the name down of that paper as well, Laura. See, I had no idea what I was buying, what I was looking for. Fabiana. Hot pressed. Right, I hope I can get that on Amazon. Hopefully. Yeah, thank you, Laura. I might be able to use watercolours and proper pencils now in decent paper. Right. I'm just literally just doing some strokes for her. But yeah, the boots that I mentioned, definitely the Pop Manga. I think her name is Camilla D'Erico. So there's the first one and there's the Mermaids one. They're very good for water mediums. Neocolour 2s, watercolour, you know, whatever. Right, I want a slightly darker one now. chocolate brown, dark chocolate brown. Just a little bit, not too much. I've just added a tiny bit of shade in there just to blend it all together. That's a good idea to do the create space, because it is very, very thin. But I have used Inktense, girl, on the Misfits books, and it does crinkle the paper, but you know, it still works. If you're interested in any of them sort of images, they're really quirky, them ones. I'm not using watered down acrylics right now, but that's my plan for this bit. Once I've got all the cat coloured, I think I'm gonna go over with watered down acrylic, so it's like a wash over the top of that, I'm thinking. So 11 by 14. Is that A4, Laura? 11 by 14. Yeah, it's strange stuff. I don't know why them greys do that. No idea. I might even email them, because I know they've been really good with Kirsty. She got a set and one of them was broken. And did they send you a new set out, Kirsty? They did, didn't they? So I might just email them and see what they say. So would that fit in the printer? You'd have to cut them down, I'm assuming. I use my metallic acrylic on small details. I've seen you use your acrylic, Debbie, on the Hanacals on background, the fish. That was really nice. That was really nice. Now let's just add a little bit here. And here, let's blend that out a bit more. Right, I want to do something with the eyes now. Where's my lightest blue? What's this one? Robin Egg Blue. I learnt because of this pencil the other day. Somebody had told me, I said, that's a weird name for a pencil. Apparently, Robin's eggs are blue, which I never knew. Probably no bloody point me putting that grey down. Right, peacock blue, how dark is that compared to that one? I'm gonna have to sharpen this. And just darken it up a little bit. Am I still in frame? No, no, I'm terrible at doing that. As I'm using the pencils as well, I'm twisting them just to try and keep the tip as sharp as I can. Mia, that was quick. I don't even think I want to use glossy accents or anything for this one, to be honest. Right. The green for her eye, Shamrock Green. Are you talking about the largest set, Deborah? Of the Arteza acrylics. Have I got... Let me just check. got a swatch thing, because before you buy them, I need to organise this a bit better, it's terrible. Yeah, as I was saying, not all of them are matte. Is it at the front? Yeah, there we go. Right. This is the 60 set of acrylic paint from Arteza. The majority of these are not matte. So if you wanted to, like say, go in with... let me get the other one. Where's it? Has it gone? I've not got it here right with me. Oh yeah, I have it here. Right, let's say my black. My black, I use this because of Dida. Americana black. This is the mattest matte black paint that I've ever used. So let's say that I wanted to put, I don't know, a black background on this picture, and then I wanted to do like a mist of white, like a fog or whatever. You could do that with this because the pencil will go over it. But if you tried to put pencil over these glossy or shiny, whatever they are, satin paints, you're gonna struggle. You're really gonna struggle. I mean, the camera's probably not gonna pick it up, but yeah, there you go. There you go. They're not, apart from that one, that is a metallic. As you can see, these ones have got a shine. They're not matte. So if you're planning on, I mean, for a background it's fine, but you won't be able to go over that background then with pencil, with them paints. I wish I knew that before buying them. I mean, it's only took me about 6 months to learn that. So yeah, just be careful if that's what you want to use them for anywhere. If you just want to use them for plain backgrounds, block colour, then that's fine. I'm going in with emerald green now. I'm just going to have to put it a bit closer because I can't see. Just want to make it a little bit darker there. Girl, you are right, unless it says otherwise. They are usually, the craft paints, yeah, they are usually matte. But them ones, them Arteza ones, are not. I mean, the colours are gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But, I don't think I've got them to hand. I moved everything round. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I can't remember where I've put everything. Right, we've got some here. Right, for instance, like Mars Black, that's got 3 stars, so that's quite opaque. I mean, I've picked 2 of the bloody same, but some of them, they're quite translucent. Yeah, I'd stick with the Americana is the best black that I've ever tried of it. I've got it in black and I've got it in white, and it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, don't say thanks to me, it's thanks to Dida. I've just been stalking her channel. Right, we're gonna work on the hair next, I think. And I think I'm gonna go, let me just try this turquoise colour. Oh yeah, that's nice. Mate, I love her. I messaged her yesterday as well. I feel like I'm stalking her. Talking about stalking, I think someone tried to get into my Instagram account today. I mean, I'm not no Einstein when it comes to Instagram. I'm still learning myself. But I got an email saying that someone's requested to change my password. I mean, if that's not me, then does that mean that someone's been trying to get into my account? I think it does, doesn't it? So that's not very nice. That black paint shade, I think it's literally called as black. Let me just check. It was about £8 or £9 for this big bottle. Lamp Ebony Black. There you go, Debbie. I'm just gonna nip off for a couple of minutes. Commercial break, as they say. And yes, as soon as I get off here, I just wanted to ask you guys first, because I've not really any clue how Instagram works. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to change that password and then probably change my private email password. It's not very nice that though, is it? I'll be back in a minute, guys. Well, I needed the toilet for the past 10-15 minutes. I'm sat here like this. Right. That's annoying. Yeah, it's just Americana black paint. Just pop that in on Amazon. I mean, I don't think Dee Dee gave me the proper full name then. I just saw the Americana. And then I saw that there's black available. There's all sorts of colours. There's some really gorgeous colours, actually. I think we're going to pay a little bit more with us being in the UK. Let me dry now. Yeah. As you can see with this, let me just show you the back. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of bobbling here. But I mean, this paper's handled it quite well, actually. So let's start the hair. I'm just double checking we're alright. I'm going to take it out of this, actually. I was sat there for about 10-15 minutes. I need to go to the toilet, I thought I was ignorant leaving you. Just adding a little bit of shading. But yeah, with that black matte paint, I've done it on one of them other MysticArtMirrors pictures. Which one is it now? And it's that paint that I used. That is that paint, and it's the technique. Oh, there it is. This time, I was very lucky. You see here, I've just used white Prisma, a tiny little bit, like here, and then blended it upwards. So add like, it's not a fog, is it? It's like an aura around it. But as you can see, it's super matte. It gives the tooth good paper as well. Gives the paper good tooth. Start again. So yeah, I would recommend that paint if you're after a decent one. No problem, Kirsty. I'll see you in the morning anyway. I hope you get a decent night's sleep. Right. Like I said, I probably won't get all of this done in one sitting. I'll try and get as much as I can. I'm not really doing this as a colour along anyway. I mean, you're more than welcome to copy me, but I've got 1.5 episodes left of Sex and the City. Yes, I've started watching it again. I've got the first movie coming tomorrow. I've got the second one. When my husband got back from New York, he wanted to start watching it again. So we want to watch that tonight. What's that programme, Mark?
Really, really, really good.
Really good? You want second episode now?
Third.
Third? What time are we on?
10:15.
How many episodes is there? 6?
You don't like to.
I might be able to watch it in the mornings.
Watch it in the day, it's well good.
I want to watch The Witcher.
Watch The Witcher, don't watch it like
Shut up. If that's not jealous, I don't know what is. What's your boyfriend? I don't think I waited very long as well, to be honest, on that postage for that paint. It was only a day or two, if you've got Prime. And a lot of people have got Prime now, haven't they? I nearly bought another Prima set of watercolours today, though. I really like the look of the tropical set, but I didn't. Thought, oh well, what if I colour in my other mermaid's boot? That just screams out to tropical colours. Trying to justify it. I go to Florida in less than, what are we on? Is it 44 or 45 days? And I've still not even started holiday shopping yet. I just keep buying paints and colouring books. I need to buy a pair of trainers this weekend to start wearing them in. So how many people are warmer? Your knee's going to be hurting. I need to buy a new strap as well for my knee. If anybody can recommend a good one of them, because I've got arthritis in my knee and it bothers me walking for long periods of time. And I've bought one before and it was quite expensive, but it was useless. It made me walk funny. Me, I can't help myself. I see something on Amazon. There's like a little voice in my head saying, you need it. Alright, Debbie, it was lovely to see you. I need to watch the end of your video as well. I was watching it while I was at nursery. I think you deleted it and then re-uploaded it. I need to catch the rest of it later. I'm liking the look of this teal colour. I'm terrible. It's one of the first things, like when I wake up in the morning, I'll check my emails. Today's it, and then I'll check the weather. It's like a routine. I'll check the weather, and then I'll check YouTube, and then it'll be Instagram, and then Facebook, and then Amazon. Just to see if anything's been dropped down on price. Does anybody else do that? You know, you don't plan on buying it, you just want to see how much it comes down in price. Oh yeah, don't get me started on that. This boot cost me, I think it was £15 or £16 tonight. You know what though? I'm glad I'm not the only one. If we didn't have YouTube, where would all these crazy art people go? I'd be sat here talking to myself. Right, let's do a bun. I did say bun, not bun. Bun. I think them Paul Rubin paints as well would be really nice, and them bubbles. I've changed my mind now. Right, well I can chuck that packaging away now. The only reason I kept that is to show you guys the palette that I was using tonight. Are you doing anything today, Mia? Yeah, the Paul Rubens, that's what I meant. Because it's like, what time are we now? We're 10:15 at night now. Luckily the kids break up in, I think it's 2 weeks they break up. So we can go out for days out, not having to worry about going to nursery and school. I'm looking forward to that actually. We took Isabella out at the weekend to a steakhouse. Oh my god, she loved it. You know, like when you get looks off people because your kid's crying? We were getting looks off people because Isabel was laughing so much because she was that happy. Like she was sat there eating her garlic bread and cheese and she had her iPad in front of her watching Teletubbies. I don't think she could have been happier. I think she understood as well that she was meant to be in bed. So she was having a late night. It was so nice to see. I haven't tried the artesa gouache. I've not tried any gouache if I'm honest. I've just tried making my own. You know, by mixing watercolour and acrylic paint together. The Witcher, I'm up to episode 4, right? And my husband kept saying to me, we'll watch it together, we'll watch it together. And every single night, well, I've been sat here colouring and he'll be playing on these Xbox. It's too late to go up and watch it, so I've told him yesterday. So I'm not watching that with you, I'm getting it watched on my own. And he's just literally sat there and said, because you want to watch your boyfriend? Yeah, Laura, we get it all the time. Yeah. We're sort of used to it now, but yeah, she was laughing her head off. It was so sweet. I took a video of her. She was just like, you know, I'm really happy to be out past the bedtime, being good as gold. Right, let's do this bit here on the fringe. I've not heard of that. Is that on Netflix? Gouache is a mixture between it's watercolour and acrylic, I believe. Acrylic paint. It's like a mixture. It's like a between. So you've got acrylic here, watercolour. It's like the in between, like the brother or the sister between. Yeah, Laura can explain it a lot better than I can. Thank you, Laura. I'm going to have to turn the page a little bit. Do you use gouache quite a lot, Laura? I've never actually properly tried any. So is it the same as watercolour where it dries? Can you still activate it with water, or is it more on the acrylic side, but once it's dry you sort of can't mess with it? I was just explaining about the matte acrylics to Debbie, because I've got the Artesa acrylics and a lot of them are quite shiny. They're not metallic. Like, is it called satin? And you can't go over them with pencil. I was just explaining that to her. So it's permanent. Right, also there's different ones. Oh Laura, don't start confusing me. I'll definitely have a look at a white one. You know, for the fog and stuff that I like doing. I think that would save me a lot of time, a lot of hassle, have it just there in the tube ready. Considering I wasn't sure how she was going to turn out tonight, I didn't have any sort of plan. Well, the only plan that I had is I wanted to try and do the cat very similar to that. It's not looking like that at the moment, because I've not added any of the white highlights yet. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this combination. It seems to work out better if I don't plan. have to sharpen again. Welcome back, Rebel, thank you. Oh well, guess what I'm doing when I go upstairs and get into bed? I'm having a look on Amazon at gouache. Is there any specific brand that you would recommend? Because like I said, I really love that Americana one. So is there any specific gouache brand that you'd say, right, well you have to try this one? I've got my little notepad out here. I will write it down. Thank you, Mia. Right. Phantom Girl, thank you. Oh, my pencil's broke after me saying so many good things about this. Oh, not good art teaser. Not good, not cool. Yeah, I'm really liking that colour. Let's try again. I really wanted to use my Neo Colour 2s tonight on that new palette, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to have time. I've probably got time in the mornings to stream, but the only thing that worries me is because I stream off my phone, if somebody rings me to do with Isabel, I mean, number one, it'll cut the stream off. And then I need to obviously sort that out with her. So would you guys mind massively if I didn't finish this on film? You'd be able to see it in the finished pages anyway. But I'm just a bit worried about the time. Got to get up early in the morning. Laura, when you stream, do you stream through YouTube, if you don't mind me asking? The reason that I don't stream through YouTube is because you have to have 1,000 subscribers to stream through your phone. So obviously once I've got to that point, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm having to use Streamlabs at the minute. And it's very temperamental. It probably took me about 20 to 25 minutes to actually get connected tonight. I mean, that's annoying, isn't it? I just want to be able to click a button and go, hi guys, you know. It was really annoying that before. I am going to go in with a darker, let me just check my colours here. Yeah, that's a bit darker. Spearmint green. Winsor & Newton designer gouache, expensive. Some for covering large dries, matte and much cheaper. Right, well we're going with a cheaper option then. Thank you, Laura. I'm gonna write that down. It is acrylic gouache. So would that just be in a plain white colour? It's fine if it's not re-wettable, because if I know that you can't work with it, I will obviously make sure I do it perfect. Would that just be in a normal white? Titanium white. Thank you, Laura. What, Donna?
Character out of Game of Thrones, isn't it?
Hey, who is it?
See if you recognise who it is.
Oh,
It's just
Titanium
the
white.
episode,
I can't really... Oh, that's who saved... Oh, what's his name?
brother, his sister.
Yeah.
George, you know, when he was on.
Yeah, I remember now. The programme that he's watching, someone from Game of Thrones is in it. Oh, Game of Thrones, how I miss thee. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of this just to darken these areas. Well, that's a really big help, that. Thank you, Laura. I love trying new things. I mean, if I hadn't have tried... The reason that I tried these watercolours was because of the cute packaging, because the little packaging thing that comes. I'm a sucker for packaging. But then that I saw that there's a skin set and then the pastel set, I just sucking me right in again. But I'm really glad that I did try it. Like I said, I was painting in Hannah Calzon's boots this morning, and I find it really relaxing. It's just easy to do, not having to worry about it. And it's quite quick, isn't it? Let me add a little bit up here. Well, I'm quite impressed with this boot choice of tonight. I'm really, really loving these images. I'm enjoying the thick line out, actually. I didn't think I would. Elizabeth, so it's that shiny ones you mean? I don't blame you. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Thank you very much. I won't be stopping on for much longer anyway. I've just been explaining to everyone what I'm doing in a little bit. And I'm up early in the morning. I'm not going just yet. I want to finish the hair off, definitely. And I'm thinking about using my Paul Rubens on the pink. What do we think of the background though? I could even go in with pan pastels, but there's so many squiggly little lines, I'll end up going over them. Rollo, leave her alone. Rollo. Bloody dogs. They literally fight, these two dogs, like cat and dogs. They're not properly fight, that play fighting, but they love each other. They just wind each other up. Can you hear them in the background? One of them's crying because the other one's locked up because they're just being naughty. I know, well I thought that, Laura. Possibly, but what colour would I go for? I did initially want to go with the blue watercolour background. But what, do you think blue would go with that? I don't know. Bye Kenny, thank you very much for popping in. It's lovely to see you. Me, they're terrible. They're always arguing. But then the next breath you'll see them like lying on top of each other, licking each other's ears. It's like an old married couple. You definitely understand when I'm talking as well. My company in the day. I thought like I haven't got my paint on. Let me just get it out. I thought this colour blue, but then I was sort of like that icy blue there. Then it's not like overpowering because I want the hair to stand out. And if I'm using my Paul Rubens on the pink, it is like a little bit like purpley bluey grey. I think I'll do that tomorrow though. Well, in morning. I've got a couple of hours for it in morning. Let's finish this hair off. Then I think I will pop a little bit of Paul Rubens on, and then I will have to call it a night. Sex and the City is calling my name. Like I said, I've not got much left. I need to get it finished before I can start the film. I mean, I've seen it before, I'm just rewatching it. Do you see what I mean though, Laura? I just like, I probably won't even go over the skin, but I love sitting there watching other people do it because they turn out so beautiful. If I spent like 6-7 hours on it, it wouldn't turn out like everybody else's. Do you know what I mean? And I like experimenting anyway, playing with new things. Right, yeah, I'm going to do the Paul Rubens. Let me put my paints away. I know, I need to keep telling myself that a lot actually. It's not just in the art world, it's I think a lot of people do it, don't they? Compare themselves in everywhere. Right, I'm getting my Paul Rubens, right? Thank you. paintbrushes back out. I can't have a messy desk. It all has to, it has to go out. I like to say, you tuck these into bed. I will not be using this this blanket for anything else other than putting it into bed. It's too nice. And my swatch chart is here. Right, let me just have a look what pinks I've got going on here. I think the straight up pink, straight up. Exactly, Mia. That's its home. I'm not getting rid of the box. I'm not evicting it. That's its bed. It needs a pillow. I'm just going to go for straight up pink, I think. I'm going to use a water brush at first just to wet the colour out. Which one is it? That one. I'm just going to leave that for a second just to sit there. And where's my finer brushes? Got a few different ones. I think that'll probably be better. Just check that it's clean. Yep. Hiya, Joanna. I'm just about to start going over my bubbles. I did want some pink, now I want some sparkly pink. I've changed my mind. As you do. I don't know what it is about these paints, but as soon as I opened them up, that's the first thing that I thought about that the blanket. You wouldn't use that for mopping up paint, would you? It's too nice. Welcome, Jade. Yeah, you've caught me. I'm just doing the glittery bit. You probably got the best bit, actually. And then I'm gonna have to go because I need to watch Sex and the City. We're watching the movie tomorrow night, so I've got 1.5 episodes to watch. And I'm up early in the morning as well. I'm up at like 7 o'clock for nursery. Right. Let's see if this is activated. I might have put a little bit too much water on. I've just gone with the one that matches the pink most. Oh, what's happened to your arm, Joanna? Oh, so when's it going to start then, Jade? Thank you for always commenting on my pictures as well on Instagram. I don't expect anybody to do that. I just like sharing them on there because it's like documented for me, knowing what I've done and what I've not done. But yeah, it's exciting, isn't it, when you first start nursery. She's been going for a year just gone, actually. And it's probably the best decision that we've ever made for her. She's come on leaps and bounds, and oh, her little face as soon as you walk up to nursery, she loves it. I mean, some of the kids in there are kicking and screaming and they're not happy, which some kids are like that. Louis used to be like that, my oldest. But not Isabel. She just sits there laughing at the other kids running round. Which I did actually say to my husband tonight, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because she's laughing at all the kids running around and she can't do that. But it's a good thing, isn't it? That she's enjoying seeing other kids do that. Yeah, she's a little low. Oh. Oh, well, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's sort of like, you won't even get to see your mum, bye mum. They'll just run off. But at least you know that they're having fun. They're better to be like that. But don't you just feel like they grow up too quick when they first start nursery? Yeah, Kirsty was on earlier on. She said to me this morning, because she's got what's the word that she said? Infectious laugh. And she's just laughing at all the other kids. They're off in 2 weeks though. I'm counting down the days. Have a break from the school run and spend some time with them both. Well, I say both. My teenager won't want to spend time with me. You'll start getting breeding eye. I've been breeding for the past 12 months. Oh, it's not the right time. Not the right time. Yeah, she were baking cakes, I think, in nursery today, and tomorrow they've got they're all celebrating Chinese New Year, so they have to go in wearing something yellow or something red. Well, she's not got anything yellow or red, so I've sent my husband out to the supermarket and he's just picked up a mustard yellow cardigan, so that'll have to do. Right, they're pearls, aren't they? I'm going to leave this bit and this bit here because I want to go over with the Dove liquid when I've finished. Oh no, 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 it's not, is it? I suppose it's never really the right time, is it? You can't really plan. You can't really plan. Yeah, it was great time. I told you. I didn't plan on using these tonight, but they were calling my name. Right, so we've got 3 more here. Like I said, let me just try that, find them Dove, and then I can show you what I'm planning on using. Right, this is the one that I'm talking about. I want to use that. Let me show you one. I've got the paintbrush in my mouth. I got all my squiggles and my notes and everything from Laura. Right. Right, let me lift it up. Can you see how 3D that is? But it will dry like that, so if I wouldn't use this in a colouring book. I mean, I can make it a little bit bigger actually. I wouldn't use this in a colouring book because it'll wreck the page in front of it or behind it. But that's what I'm going to use for all the pearls. I might as well leave that out actually. So hopefully next week I'll have better luck with this stupid Streamlabs. I'm hoping to God that it'll be soon that I can just use YouTube. It'll make my life a hell of a lot easier anyway. Right, I think we're done for tonight. I'm not even going to touch that skin off camera. I'm quite happy with it. Like I said, I'm with it just using watercolour. I don't want to cover it up with something else because I want to see how much better I do get with the watercolour. So I'm not going to cover it up. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm probably going to work on the background. I'm going to use some sort of... I'm going to see if I can get that gouache next to the delivery and use that on there. And add some highlights to the cat as well. So let's tuck him back up to bed. We have to make sure that the sign's right. He's pulling up a bit. Right, there he is in his house. And he goes in my little trolley right outside of me so I can see his pink every day. Right, there we go. He's all nice and packed away. Right, thank you very much everyone who's joined me tonight and anybody that watches this back. But you will see this in, what are we now, January? I'm losing track. Yeah, January finished pages. But you know what, I'm quite happy with that tonight so far. And then Paul Rubens have added a little bit. There you go. You see at the top? Just added a little bit of extra. So yeah, thank you very much. And I'm going to go and enjoy my Sex and the City tonight. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.